Have you ever noticed how the world seems to get louder every year? Group chats explode, weekend plans pile up, and everyone appears excited about being everywhere at once. Yet some people don't feel pulled in the same direction. Not because they're unhappy, not because they're distant. They simply feel calmer stepping back. Psychology says this isn't random. There's a clear logic behind why some people genuinely prefer being alone. Let's break it down. 1. Clearing the wrong labels. Psychologists point out that preferring solitude is often misunderstood. Many people who like being alone quietly wonder if something is wrong with them. But liking your own company doesn't mean you're broken, lonely inside, or antisocial. These labels exist because others don't know how to interpret silence. There's nothing to fix and nothing to defend. Preferring solitude is a valid way of being, not a flaw. 2. Alone is not the same as lonely. There's a common assumption that being alone automatically means something is missing. But psychology makes a clear distinction here. Loneliness feels heavy and unresolved. Being alone, when it's chosen, feels intentional and grounding. What many people experience isn't avoidance or emotional withdrawal. It's a conscious state that brings clarity. Understanding this difference helps people stop questioning themselves every time they step back. 3. A different response to stimulation. Research on mental stimulation shows that people experience engagement differently. Some minds need constant activity to feel alive. Others reach balance much sooner. For people who enjoy solitude, constant noise and interaction can feel overwhelming rather than exciting. Being alone lowers mental stimulation just enough for thoughts to move freely again. This isn't about being deeper or smarter, it's simply how their mind finds its natural rhythm. 4. What really happens during alone time? From the outside, solitude can look uneventful, but internally, a lot is happening. When alone, the mind opens rather than shuts down. Thoughts connect, memories surface, and emotions finally have space to be felt instead of managed. Clarity often appears not because someone is searching for it, but because distractions stop interrupting it. Solitude isn't escaping life. It's allowing the inner world to organize itself. 5. Choice versus defense. Psychologists also note an important distinction in why people seek solitude. Sometimes it comes from strength. Other times, it comes from a need for safety. When being alone feels like a choice, it restores energy. When it feels like armor, it offers protection. Neither is wrong. What matters isn't labeling the behavior, but understanding the reason behind it. Awareness brings a calmer and more honest relationship with solitude. 6. Why social pressure feels exhausting. Many people feel drained in social settings not because they lack energy, but because modern life demands constant visibility. There's pressure to show up, react, share, and stay reachable at all times. For people who move inward more naturally, this expectation is tiring. Choosing less exposure isn't rejecting life or people, it's responding to a system that treats constant presence as normal. 7. Solitude as wholeness, not withdrawal. Society often teaches that being alone means something is missing, but for many people, solitude reflects self-sufficiency, not absence. Being alone isn't about pulling away from life, it's about feeling grounded enough to stand on your own. From this perspective, solitude becomes proof of completeness rather than isolation. 8. Why quiet people often connect better. Spending time alone often leads to better interactions with others. People who feel settled internally aren't rushing to be understood or relying on others for stability. They listen more fully and connect without needing validation. Solitude doesn't weaken relationships, it prepares people to show up without depletion. 9. Cultural blind spots about being alone. Much of the discomfort around solitude is cultural rather than personal. In some societies, being alone is treated as a problem that needs explaining. In others, stillness is respected. Recognizing this difference helps release misplaced shame. The preference for solitude isn't a personal flaw. It's often a mismatch between individual nature and cultural expectations. 10. The question that actually matters. The most useful shift isn't asking what's wrong with you, it's asking what truly works for you. This question doesn't demand change or justification, it simply invites awareness. When people listen to where they feel clear and steady, their choices become intentional instead of defensive. They stop measuring themselves against expectations that were never designed for them.